too. I've been showing land and walking across it and all that.
My eyes, are they still red?
That one
Got
is.
off of that.
I can't, I'm using eye drop 4 times a day on this
Well, I
stuff.
was in Valdosta
Too.
playing in the
Got
yard
off
with
of
my
that
grandson.
somehow,
and
I
it
put
was
back on that.
Lots more blooming there than here because it's warmer temps.
Yeah.
And I felt it, nose just started pouring, eyes are itchy, throat was itchy. And I thought, that's not good.
Yeah.
And then I came home and everything's yellow here too. I just don't know. My car is
And then
yellow.
I did the weed eating Monday after that funeral and I went. So now I've got fire ant bites here, fire ant bites here, fire ant bites on my leg.
And Jerry's got poison.
Oh,
He's cutting grass and he must have just, it's just weird. He must have swiped up against it 'cause it's like in stripes.
Those are really bad right now.
Yeah.
And I'm seeing all kinds that I'm not used to seeing.
I'm ready for it to be summer. I love spring, but spring does not love me.
if you have, over in Douglasville, if you live in a city and you put your yard empties out on the road on Thursday when they pick up the garbage, this truck comes by and they pick up all your trimmings.
Yeah.
I've loaded the truck twice in the last.
Oh my goodness.
They come by and they say, there'd be a pile here, and a pile here, and a pile here, and a pile. I've been cutting down trees, dead trees hanging over my roof.
Bad thing is allergy medicine makes you feel so bad. I was taking Benadryl. Can't take that. That puts me in a coma. And then I had a friend, she's been using Flonase, which works, but she developed cataracts. And the doctor told her that it was due to the nasal stuff, allergies, that the side effect of that is cataracts.
Really?
Yes.
When you
You
use
know
it,
what,
does it
when
somehow?
I went to that gallbladder thing and I went to that doctor, the first thing, the doctor was here and she said, "You taking Ozempic?"
Really?
I said, "Well, yeah, as a matter of fact, I am." She said, "Sounds like what I thought." I said, "That's all she said."
Something messes up your gallbladder.
Evidently, it messes something up that has an effect on it, but I didn't real, I mean, she just asked, I was telling her what all it was, and she said, "You take Ozempic?"
Yeah.
I said, "Yep, I sure do." I have.
You zone out.
When they, yeah.
Oh, well, a little bit shy this morning. What time you got, Jim?
10:01 is what I got.
10 o'clock. Good morning. We'll, I kinda know where some of them are, and, but we'll keep them in our prayer list. Anyway, so, thing we got going on is, please remember, Karen, she's having the same thing, I think, that you just talked, that we were talking about.
The crud.
And Mary went to the doctor. She does not have any broken bones, but just keep Mary, she's had a lot of discomfort and pain. Debbie is Debbie, but she's doing pretty good. She's got one more need to go. But if she'll just behave and do a rehab,
She'll be
like some
okay.
other people that need to do all their
I was like, who are you looking at? Look at that face, you're getting it back.
anyway.
I'm in rehab also.
Are you?
Yeah, with my wrist.
Well, oh, just your wrist or anything else?
Just my wrist right now.
You are sassy this morning.
Just my wrist right now.
You must have had some.
I got to see Jamie a while ago.
Did you?
Yeah, Jamie came into a parking lot, and just as I walked out the door, he was going out, and then evidently he looked in the rear. He said, "I saw you in the rearview mirror," and he came back around and said, "This is his last day on patrol. He's going back to the courthouse."
It is.
So I told him I sure was glad to see him.
He has to go around all the churches and check them out, make sure nothing's going wrong.
Yeah, well that, I don't know how long it takes him to get all that equipment on, but he sure did have on.
It don't take him long, but it is heavy.
buddy Danny Nixon, he's still taking a lot of tests. Mike and Nona, if you got a list, just please review that on the back side, and, Charles and Nancy been trying to get all their appointments on the same day, but they're going about every other day to a doctor. Alice, Elaine, I saw, when this gray truck pulls up this morning, I went to meet it and get Miss Margaret out of the truck, but I won't tell you she wasn't in the truck, so I told somebody else. I said, the only reason I came over because I thought it was Miss Margaret. So don't tell her that, because I don't care, Tina's good too. She's good. And this past Monday, Mr. Jesse Hilton, is the cemetery out here, the grave right next to the sidewalk. He's a Stedmanite, he's 93 years old, and he was a former pastor here. He served the church, and just remember that family. And now, and pray for Mr. Buddy and his truck and his sawmill, and make him behave. And, do I need to get you another first aid kit? Have you already wore that other one out?
I'm trying to keep some in.
Oh, me.
If he keeps smashing his hands and stuff, we may have to get him a pair of gloves to go this time.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, y'all, who else do we need to put on the prayer list? Praise our prayer list. We'll take a praise as well as a prayer list.
I've got a praise.
Okay.
Little 8-year-old autistic boy in my community, just a couple of miles down the road, was playing out in the yard yesterday and wandered off into the woods and was missing over 6 hours. Massive search, but they did find him.
Wow.
So he was kept in the hospital overnight for observation, but all indications are that he was fine. But that could have been much more tragic.
Wow.
So,
I'm so glad.
Honey,
What?
this is nigger appraiser prayer. But last Sunday was first Sunday, so whatever, there you go.
So you want some Liberia money?
Yeah, shout it out.
My daddy goes to Emory tomorrow for his test results from, he had bladder cancer years ago.
Oh, okay.
So this is a routine check, and he's nervous about it with all that he's been through. He's got his mind is back.
You know the drill.
We're worried about that, so we go tomorrow. I have a shoulder issue. I don't know if I've done something, but I can't raise it very far. So
Rotator cuff.
I'm thinking that's what it is.
I know what you're talking about. I've got one of them rotator cuffs too.
Yeah, so.
You got everything.
He's
When I
misbehaving.
fell and
I'm
this
falling
shoulder,
apart, honey.
he said, well, it's hurts, but I'm not gonna, you don't need surgery.
Yeah.
But, hey, I can only go so
Well,
far.
I have to help it up and around. I don't know what's going on with it.
That
And I don't want surgery because
First time,
Jerry
no.
had it and didn't do anything good.
first couple of weeks, it's like it, I couldn't even raise it up. I said, if you come near me, stay on my right-hand side, cause I can't put deodorant under my left.
and I almost forgot, I do have a prayer request. There's a little girl that goes to probably West Harrelson. She's my granddaughter's age. She's the granddaughter of a lady that I grew up with, Tammy Robinson. She's married to Donnie Robinson, if any of
Okay.
you know them from out around my area. But her name's Miranda, and she has a very extremely rare bone condition. She goes to Philadelphia. She's in some sort of trial that
Wow.
has been working extremely well. But I got a message this morning through, I'm still on the Mount Perrin text list too. She fell and broke her hip. And she's only 9 or 10. And she's undergoing surgery as we speak.
Oh,
I'm guessing for,
That'd be Nellie's age.
yeah.
your son was here last Sunday, is that right?
Yes, that was my son. that's my biological son.
I learned a lot last Sunday.
Oh, I'm so sorry. He is a John Deere tractor salesman, and he's very good at his job on and off. He was born to be a salesman.
No, he was,
He's a hoot.
we were leaving, and I told him next time he showed up, he had to sing in the choir. He said, okay. So
Well, he did used to sing,
Yeah.
you know, that McWhorter singing gene
Yeah.
skipped me entirely, but he does have a little bit of talent, but he's not shown it off for several years.
Well, anyway,
The guy to my right in the far corner, like it's a last week.
He's the one with the mullet. I don't know if you noticed it. I hate it, but he won't get rid of it, so.
Oh my gosh.
he's okay. He just don't, that's all right.
I know, cause you know, he was probably, a year and a half, 2 years old, and wanted a high and tight flat top, and literally wore it till he was like 23,
Wow.
24, decided to grow a mullet and has not turned back from that ugly thing. Goes and gets it permed pretty
I used to
regularly.
love me some mullets back in the day. Tells you my age.
His
That's what-
fiance got him a mullet of the month calendar that
Oh my
he
God.
proudly posts on Facebook.
I
The
think
new
I even
mullet
had
every
one at one
month.
time. I'm sorry. Oh, Lord.
We had something going on one time, I said if we did it, or if we did, I said, well, if y'all will be successful, we'll get Randy to grow his back. And that's what he used to have when he started coming here, so he fits right in with this crowd. Anyway, listen to this now. Sunday, April the 12th, parent information registration for kids going to the Senior Bible Camp. Tuesday, April the 14th, Stedman senior adults are going to the Western Sizzling Steakhouse in Oxford, Alabama. The bus will leave from church at 4 o'clock. Please sign if you're planning to go. Thursday, April the 16th, serving at CCC. We need desserts that can be bagged. And then the ladies can go to a baby shower. The men are not invited. That's Sunday, April the 26th. Anybody else got anybody else to put on the praise or prayer request?
Okay, I can't hush this morning apparently. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to go to the senior thing,
Yeah.
cause I'm not sure about a babysitter. But if I drive down there and meet you, would it be better to get on the list? Or would it be better just to drive, cause even if I go, I won't come up here and ride the bus, I'll just drive down there and.
Just show up.
Okay, cause
And
it'll be backtracking quite a bit for me.
Yeah, you don't, yeah. As a matter of fact, if they're not putting a roof on our house, we may even buy that. Because I need to go see some kinfolk. We got a bunch of kinfolk in Anniston, and I got something I've been trying to get to them.
But she does need to sign in for driving.
Oh, okay, I do need to do that, okay.
I guess to know how many are going. We didn't.
Well, I'm still not sure.
Okay. All right, anything or anybody else, praise or prayer requests this morning and our announcement that, we've taken up way too much of our time, but, so glad that y'all are here and keep all these people in your prayers. And Mr. Buddy, give us an open prayer for us.
Our Heavenly Father, I come to you another Sabbath morning, Lord, thank you for the opportunity and the health and strength to come out to your house and ask that you just bless this morning, the Sunday school hour, and give you that you'd have us to hear. I want to remember all these requests that's been brought before us this morning. You work in each circumstance. And I ask that you just go with us throughout the day and bless in the 11 o'clock hour. In Jesus' name, we ask these blessings. Amen.
Amen.
Mr. G, I just happened to see it on here. Miss Lucille Parrish, she is doing better, but she's in rehab at Raymond, Nursing Home. So y'all just keep her in your prayers.
Lucille Parrish. Okay. We are so honored and glad to have our visiting guest speaker, this morning.
Be nice.
I'm trying to be. You know me too well. Renee's gonna have, she's been working on this, and we're glad that everything worked out. She can do it this morning.
Yeah, my
Cause-
voice sounds like it's going through puberty again, so I apologize. It's in
And-
and out.
Did I mention Karen? I mean, she's been under the weather too, so she couldn't hardly talk yesterday, so.
I think all of us have
I
got
don't know if I mentioned her name a while ago, but thank you so much.
No problem. My bag is MIA. I left it at home, so it's just been a morning. I think maybe it's the devil don't want me to talk about what I'm talking about. He has sure made my life miserable this morning. We're going to talk about a book. Have any of you heard John Gordon? He's an author. He wrote this book a while back called The Coffee Bean, and it has just stuck with me. So when June asked me to teach a lesson, I knew immediately that's what I was supposed to talk on. And a coffee bean, John Gordon wrote this kind of like a parable, and it's like a little story. And I think that resonates with a lot of people when they have a little story to read than just something that says this is what happens when you do this, this, and this. But basically, it talks about how life is like a pot of boiling water. You're gonna hit that, because it even talks about in the Bible, it says tribulation and trying times are gonna come. Just because you're a Christian does not mean that you are exempt from all of that. And sometimes I think when you are a Christian, sometimes you get hit harder than others, it seems like. And what happens is when that hot water comes, there's 3 ways we can react. And I know this stepped on my toes because I have been all 3 of these. But the goal is just to be one of these. So it talked about what happens to you when you hit hot water. And as Christians, we aren't called to be hardened by the world when these trying times come. And I know some of you know my story about trying to find a church that I could fit in and not be bombarded with my husband and taxes and all that lovely stuff. So I have been part of this not too long ago. So the scripture says, in the world you should have tribulation, but be of good cheer, for I have overcome the world. So we need to focus on what transforms us. And I know I'm rambling, but I'm trying to put this all together. There's 3 responses. When things get heated, people generally act in one of 3 ways. You can be a carrot, you can be an egg, or you can be a coffee bean. So what happens when you think you put a carrot in boiling water? What's the first thing you think of? What happens to that carrot?
Softens.
Softens it, yes. So the carrot goes in hard. When you take a raw carrot, its exterior is hard. It's hard to cut with a knife sometimes. But you put that carrot in boiling water, and it becomes soft and weak. So some people start out tough, and they have the best dedication. They're gonna do right. They're gonna follow all this, but the minute they get into a hard situation or the boiling water, they become soft. They actually lose their spirit. They lose their cheer. They become discouraged. They lose their hope, and they give up. So they let their environment weaken their faith. I know I have been there before. It happens. But what happens if you put an egg in the water? All right, let's think about an egg. Egg has a hard shell, but it is fragile. So it's kind of a, what is that? We call them oxymorons. I think that's the word. Is that the right word, teacher? Thank you. We call them oxyclaytons because Clayton, my son, he would always say that big little or that soft hard. He never would say one or the other. He always put both of them together. So we always call them, instead of oxymorons, we call them oxyclaytons because my son's name's Clayton. But the egg is fragile on the outside, and it has a fluid, liquid yolk on the inside. But after you put it in boiling water, what happens to the egg? It's hard. Yeah, hard-boiled egg. Everybody's heard that. So the lesson in this is some people allow trials to make them bitter, angry, and cold-hearted. They protect themselves by building walls, but they lose their ability to love and stay gentle. I went to the Dogwood Festival yesterday and walked around, and I was just chit-chatting. I did buy a few things, but we won't talk about that. fault. But there are so many people, I know you see them, you try to be nice to people sometimes, and you could just sense a spirit about them that's hard. And I think the world, you get so caught up in what's happening in the world, they're not in church, their families are arguing, they just have a lot of hard stuff on them. And I can sense that. There was a lady I tried to be nice with at the Dollar General. She was not gonna let me be nice to her. She was just in my face, just, and I was like, well, I hope you have a better day. Well, I'm not. So I think there's so many people that are hard-hearted. I think they're more hard-hearted than they are soft.
I've had those kind of people.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I've had those kind of people. You try to talk to them about the Lord, you witness
They
to
just shut
them,
off.
and they just, like that word, just cut you off.
And I think because they cut you off, because they have walled themselves up so much they don't want to feel.
Right.
Because if they feel, they're gonna feel all the yuck where they're at. And that's a hard place to be. I have been there. I have been there. I think I was more soft than the soft carrot. I think I was the egg. You get so detached. Have you ever been to a place where something should make you sad, but it doesn't? You just have no feeling? Have you ever been there? I think that's the most people in this world right now that are not. And I think the worst ones are the ones that are Christians, that have fallen so far away, that they have hardened themselves. And I think the devil knows what buttons to push. I think he knows exactly what to push on you. And I think we're living in a time where, I'm not that person who says the Mayan calendar, we got to this day and this time, get ready. But I think we do need to be ready, because I believe that the world is getting a rougher and rougher place. And if you read about Sodom and Gomorrah and how he destroyed that, it makes you wonder,
How are we still here?
how are we still here? Because there's so much going on. And even that little boy that was missing yesterday, instead of being sympathetic and trying to help or do anything, they were bashing the parents for that kid wandering off. Like, undoubtedly they have never had children who will run away from you in the blink of an eye.
Right.
Clayton Bell's worst spanking he ever got, and I didn't care if defects saw it, are gonna be turned in, but he turned loose of my hand in Walmart parking lot and ran. And by the time I got him, instead of picking him up and going, oh, you sweet thing, how dare you do that? Beating him, because it scared me so bad.
Yeah.
And autistic children wander.
And they do,
Like we,
They wander.
they like to run.
They do. And that was what, I'm sure, I didn't see the bashing, because
It was
it was
bad.
my community, that was, but, I was not around when they were calling for help, but one of my friends, said she had messaged me, and when he was playing in the yard, he was playing in his underwear. Well, I'm sure that was part of it too.
It was.
And, Kim said, Melissa, they said he wouldn't wear clothes, that's also autism, things feel funny. They, she said, they told us be prepared. It's very possible he's taking his underwear off, and that when we find him, he might be naked. And I thought, in my head, oh, Facebook will have a field day with that. If he's naked when they find him,
Yep.
that will be just all over the place. So, yeah.
they'll have it scattered.
Yeah, but, in the picture I saw, bless his little heart, he had it on up backwards.
Yeah.
But, if you've ever worked with special needs kids, I am sure that mother said, that is not a battle I'm gonna face on a Saturday morning.
That's
You-
that's what my granddaughter works with, down at Ruth Hill High, down at Noonan.
Yeah,
She works with those kind of children.
Well, the more you're in hot water and you become hard, the easier it is to just be nice. And I think this world needs more of be kind than ever before. But the part that we're supposed to be is the coffee bean. The coffee bean is unique. All right, let's think about the other two. The carrot and the egg were both in the water, and the water transformed it. It changed it. But a coffee bean So a coffee bean, it doesn't get soft, but it doesn't get hard. It changes the water. It turns clear, colorless water into something new, fragrant, and flavorful. I'm at the age now, I go to bed at night, I am excited about my coffee in the morning and sitting on my back porch watching my birds. That is my thing, and I like to read on the back porch. So I go to bed and I have that little timer set, so when that coffee, when I smell it, it's just the most pleasant feeling, and I wake up knowing I'm fixing to enjoy a cup of coffee. Y'all may not be that way, but I am. But let's think about that. A coffee bean puts off a fragrance.
June. Look who's around the corner.
Pardon?
Look who's around the corner.
Well, I can't see. Go ahead.
Alright, so basically you get the fragrance, and the coffee bean doesn't let the environment change it. It changes the environment. That is what we're called to be. As Christians, it's go ye therefore and let everyone know. Transform their life. So a coffee bean, you smell it, you savor the taste, and it makes you think about it. So it says, be not conformed to this world, but be you transformed by the renewing of your mind, that you may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of God. So how do we stay like the coffee bean when it gets hot? You focus on the power within. The power to change the water comes from what is inside the bean. And for us, that's Jesus, that's Christ. He's in us. So we are transformed from the inside out, just like a coffee bean. All right, stay positive. Hot water, the coffee bean, releases a pleasant aroma, and our attitude should reflect the joy of the Lord so that we have an aroma. I smelt some aromas yesterday that were not too entertaining at the Dogwood Festival, so don't be like those people, but be a good flavor, be something that somebody wants to be a part of. That's the main thing. And the coffee spreads throughout the water. We should spread the love of Christ to other people.
That's right.
So the next time you face a challenge, you can be a carrot, an egg, or a coffee bean. Don't let the world change you, but through Christ, change your world. And you are the salt of the earth. But if the salt have lost his savor, wherewith shall it be salted? It is thenceforth good for nothing, but to be cast out and to be trodden under foot of men. So in my mind, if we lose this, we're not going to be appealing to anyone. And in fact, my daughter-in-law used to be a waitress, and she hated Sundays because she said the majority of people coming in were the worst customers ever, and they were the church folk. If we are not showing we've got something that they want, how else are we going to reach them? If our attitudes show this way, and we try to talk to them about Jesus, do you think that's gonna? No, that's not gonna give them a mindset that we've got something they want. It also talks about when a person is hungry or when they need clothes, they're not gonna want to listen to, here's a tract, read it. The best way to reach these people is to transform their lives, and sometimes that is meeting a need more than witnessing, because I believe we can witness through our actions. So, next time you go through some hot water, and the next time you drink your cup of coffee, I want you to think about that. And the next time you eat a carrot, that's not what you want to be. And I do love me some hard-boiled eggs. They stink to high heaven, but they are wonderful. Think of Easter, deviled eggs. I don't know why they call them devil, because they sure are heavenly, but I enjoy a hard-boiled egg. But I don't want me to be a hindrance to someone. And I think if we're gonna be soft and we're gonna be hard, there's no way for others to know Jesus. And I think we all can take a look at ourselves and think, okay, when hot water happens, I have this inner person I kid around a lot. I named her Tawanda. She is not a nice person. She is a redneck, and she will come out in 2 seconds. And I have to work on that. I mean, that is something I really do have to work on. And when I was younger, I just let her out. She just came out, and now, and she's hard to put back up when she comes out too. But I think you can be kind, and I think you can stand on the promises of God and be firm in that. We do need to be firm on that, but we don't need to be firm-hearted. So I hope that all makes sense to y'all. I know it's scattered. I do not know where my notebook is at, or my Bible. It is missing. It is somewhere in the house, but I can't find it. I studied with it last night, had everything wrote out just perfect, and we can't find it this morning. So that's the way it goes though, so y'all are, it is the devil, and, yeah, he is. And I think we're living in a world, I personally have more spiritual warfare than ever before. It's just like, this little, I don't wanna say a little voice, cause y'all might commit me, but it's like this thoughts that come in your brain, and I'm like, where are these coming from? But you have got to be prepared. You can't be soft and you can't be hard-hearted. You have got to be that coffee bean, so when something comes in your mind, you don't linger on it. We all have something to give, and we're all supposed to be missionaries in our little field we live here in our community, so be a coffee bean. And I have y'all a coffee bean. Y'all can get one, take home with you. And this is my expensive coffee bean.
That's a big sacrifice.
It is.
But
What kind are they?
what's,
This is Tanzanian peaberry from the volcanic ashes of somewhere. But we are coffee snobs, and I buy whole bean now, cause when you grind this thing, and that's another lesson, coffee beans are better served when they're ground up. So sometimes life grinds you up just so you can give a better aroma. So here's your little coffee bean, you might need 3. You might need a handful. Here's your reminder, and behave.
you're telling somebody to behave?
Yes, I am.
It's so, you know,
I got two.
Dr. Stanley, of course, I listened to him last night, this morning too, but his sermon was about trials and tribulations and how do you react, how do you respond to, you know, to people and what, and so, and then Rick Bragg, I don't know if y'all read Rick Bragg a lot, his, the last page in the Southern, is that the name of it, Southern Living?
In the back.
He has an article, and it was all about eggs.
Really?
Egg salad, and about Easter, and
Yeah.
he said, and it's so funny, he said, I'll probably never eat another egg in my life after this one, but, everything you touched on just about has been mentioned in, something in the last 2 weeks.
It won't go away from me.
So, it's an everyday thing.
Yeah.
And what, this is something that, I wanted to share this morning, and I almost forgot it, but I saw it a while ago. But, it was a verse I used this week. It said, it's in the 4th chapter of John, and it said, the woman at the well, the woman then left her water pot and went her way into the city and said to the men, come see a man which told me all things that ever I did. Is not this the Christ? That just, wow, I got more response on that. Come see a man which told me all things that I ever did. Oh me. So the truth hurts. Good, bad, and ugly, it's gonna come out one of these days, folks. You don't have a choice. We don't have a choice.
And I think you have to battle every day. Just because you're Christian don't mean you're always gonna be the coffee bean. You've gotta make a decision when things happen, and they're gonna happen. And it seems like they happen all at once.
That's correct.
Are you gonna be the carrot? Are you gonna be the hard-boiled egg? Or the egg? Or are you gonna be the coffee bean? And it's a decision you have to make every day.
But our defense, the biggest defense you have is having positive attitude and trusting in the Lord with all your heart and all your mind, leaving it up to Him. He will get you through it. He will get you through it. But you gotta pay attention. Because like you said, and well, like I said the other day, you know, if that toothpaste comes out of that tube, you can't put it back in, so you need to be careful what you say, because you can't put it back. If you even think it, the Lord knows what you're thinking, so He's done getting on to you there.
I know, but sometimes it feels really good to squeeze toothpaste.
Well, that is the human part of us. I said us, I said all of us. So, but it's the trials and tribulations and the joy and everything else, and you mix them all together. But like I said, it's, He knows, He's watching, He knows everything we say and do, and one of these days, it's like my brother wrote in his Bible that I used at his funeral. It says, every day, all of us are gonna one day stand before the Lord. And he said, what's your excuse? What is our excuse? That's the problem. That's something we have to stop thinking about. What is our, why did we do that? What's your excuse? So we all have, my wife says I'm the best one at making excuses, but that's good. I like that.
Well, it's much better all wrote out wherever that book is at.
I don't think so.
It's
I think
very,
it forced
thank
you to do a fantastic job. So anyway, that's something we have to look at all things different ways. Everybody looks at something different. You can show everybody a flower or something over there, and somebody's gonna say, wow, that's beautiful, wow, what is it? Wow, well, I don't really like that color. Somebody's gonna find an excuse or something wrong with everything we do. Don't matter who you are or where you go. Doesn't matter. Anybody else got an observation or comment? Well, that's what we gotta be. We gotta be a carrot.
No.
No,
You gotta be
coffee
a
bean.
bean.
I know,
Don't you be no carrot.
I'll give him my beans.
Hey, thank
See how quick that response came? See, they are listening. So,
Everybody pass your beans.
you. Yes, to June.
oh well, thank y'all so much. Thank y'all for being here. Thank you for all you do. And, don't forget to get your bulletin and put these on your calendar or whatever you need to do. Remember those prayer lists.
Wait a minute, don't wait yet, just that real one.
Well, I know what you,
No, you don't know where she's going. You don't know where she's going.
You get in trouble. You have just been so
There's
sassy
one.
today.
Huh?
You have been so sassy today, like over the top.
Today?
Today, yes. You even got on him back there,
Who?
Mr. Buddy.
Buddy, show them all your Band-Aids. You got them on?
I can't tell you, buddy, I have my share of absence with wood.
He's gonna be nosy, he's got to get up.
I know who it is. Anyway,
I got the stitches out, not full line.
Oh, my goodness.
okay. Stranger? Good to see you, Ann. Oh, anybody else got something they wanna share?
he was killed in it's that same.
Oh,
Chris Cornell, who's Jerry's first cousin, said it was his nephew.
Not the boy.
Been sick.
Okay.
Oh, Chris,
Yes, Chris Conwell lives on that same
well, he said it was his nephew's kid. Cause I asked Jerry about it, was it Mark's kid?
Alright, thank you, man.
He used to pastor a church. He used to pastor a church in Waco for years. He lives in Alabama
That's the same Chris I'm talking about.
Yeah, that's my husband's first cousin.
Is
And
it?
he just needs more love.
Yeah, they
He's a
will.
sweetheart.
He is. This is my nephew's son.
Tell him that young man.
So whose side, is that Mark's side or Karen's side?
He got a
One
kick
girl
out of
that
that.
bands, looking the blood, you know,
Yeah.
and
The
some of
mom's
the, if you didn't get your foot out of the way,
Parker,
so
I know.
twice with 2x12x16,
So-
bands on the toe.
I really
I
don't.
mean, it's just thinking, everything.
Cause I asked Joey, I said,
But
is
I
this
can
on
relate
Chris's
money
side?
with his house.
That could be on Rufus's side. I don't know. I don't know.
But they,
Why is he in a song?
Because it's
apparently
not-
lived on the same
I
road.
know. Okay, cause it's not,
Tim, dismiss us in a word of prayer.
Dear Father, Lord, thank you for today, you allowed us to come to your house, Lord. Dear Lord, we just lift up some prayer list, Lord, and you know what they're in need of, Lord. We just ask you to be with us, we go into our worship service, Lord, and all these things we ask in your name. Amen.
amen, cause Virginia don't have any children. Mark has children, I thought he just had boys, but thank you. So I don't know, I thought maybe it was Karen's
Is he?
side.
Is Chris pastor in church?
I think he still is, but over there near Jacksonville.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I haven't seen him in a while.
he's still the same Chris.
Is he?
Yep.
I went to school, Chris.
Oh, did you?
We went with him on a trip one time down to Florida.
Oh,
Went out on the boat.
Yeah.
That party boat.
Oh,
thing.
yeah.
And they had a gospel singing on there, and it was their group.
yeah.
Honey, we enjoyed it so much.